So you mentioned in your resume that you've done some work that applies the gentle action theory. Can you explain what you did and why you think that experience could aid us here at the World Species Conservation? Absolutely, I can. Yes, I did. I interned at a company that used the gentle action theory to study the environment, and then we would use what we learned to defend the environment, and I absolutely think it could aid at WSC. When it comes to dealing with animals who are very complex, living, breathing things that can be negatively affected by any interference, even if you mean the best, you have to go about helping them very, very carefully. And I apply that, or I believe that applying this theory at, WSC, we can go about protecting these animals when it comes to like boosting numbers in the wild, making gentle corrections to help them do that in a natural way is way more sustainable than, say, captive breeding them. We could much more gently protect them and do it in a more sensitive way, and then we could focus more intense manpower on, say, tackling laws and policies. Okay, perfect. So I'm sure you're aware that we have done work with Native American tribes to ensure certain species well-being. They have a lot of important ecological knowledge that aids us in our mission. Why do you think that we value them so much and their ecological knowledge systems so much? I absolutely believe that working with Native American tribes can help us when it comes to species conservation. I have not personally worked with any yet, but I did learn extensively in college about the skills that Indigenous people can bring to the table when it comes to conservation issues, environmental issues, things like that. They are more connected to the land and the animals and everything living on their land than anyone else. Their knowledge systems, which are passed down through generations and firsthand, can be way more valuable than any statistics that we can produce. They can give tips on where and how some species thrive, and from that firsthand knowledge, we can really, really help things, and I would love to work with them. Okay, cool. So at WSC, we try to tackle things from an interdisciplinary approach. What does that mean to you, and why do you think that's important? To me, interdisciplinary approach means coming at things while you're looking at all sorts of points of views. So you're looking at things from a social point of view, you're looking at things from an economic point of view, and environmental point of view. You're looking at it from all these different angles and connecting them to look at the big picture, and I think it's a very important way of thinking. Would you say that the issues that we tackle here at WSC are complex, and why? Absolutely. I'd say that the issues that WSC face are complex. You're trying to protect species, which is a very hard thing to do nowadays, and they're being affected by all these different sorts of issues, which you then have to try and remedy. And the threats to species caused by, say, climate change and like droughts and floods and wildfires, you have to approach that in a completely different way than, say, the issues posed, or the threats to species posed by things such as poaching and habitat loss and things like that. However, they are connected in ways, and you're trying to remedy it all. So you're trying to look at them from all these points of views, and you're trying to remedy them all while looking at them. So yes, the issues are very complex, and to solve them, you need to look at them from that interdisciplinary approach. Do you think applying the concepts that we've talked about in this interview so far to our environmental organizations and to any environmental organizations like World Species Conservation is important, and why or why not? 100%. To me, it's extremely important to understand and apply concepts like complexity, interdisciplinary approaches, indigenous ecological systems, gentle action theories. You have to understand and apply concepts like those, because they're all sort of a piece of the puzzle to understanding and solving environmental issues and species loss and things like that. You have to look at issues from all points of views, and you have to then look at solutions to those issues by all points of views, and consider multiple theories and multiple ways of solving them and multiple ways of thinking about the issues in order to solve it the best we can. We don't want to box ourselves in by one certain way of thinking. You really want to expand that. Okay, well, thank you. This has been great, and we will be in touch about your job position shortly.